Welcome to the Mountain Man Chronicles, where the spirit of adventure comes alive. I'm thrilled to have you join our journey into the great outdoors. I'm Paul Piazza. I'm your guide through the wilderness and the storyteller behind the Mountain Man Chronicles. I hope you share in our love and appreciation of what this great world has to offer. Here we live in three simple principles: live, learn, and explore. Live, immerse yourself in the thrill of the moment, whether it be overlanding, exploring unique ghost towns, or simply enjoying the serenity of nature. We believe in living life to its fullest. Learn, cultivate that childlike curiosity. Every adventure is an opportunity to learn and discover something new. From overlanding trips to mastering trail navigation, we're a constant journey of learning and growing. Explore. Be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Venture into the unknown. Our chronicles are a testament to the places we've been and the stories waiting to be untold. Join us as we explore the hidden trails to the pristine lakes and the mysterious places this great nation has to offer. And of course, what adventure would be successful without proper planning and the right gear? We'll be showcasing some of the tools of the trade along our journeys. I truly hope you enjoy our chronicles and the journey that my wife and I travel through during our overlanding adventures. Thanks for watching. Hey, I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to the Mountain Man Chronicles. Coming at you today from the garage. It's been a blustery -6 all week this week, and actually for the last couple weeks. That's why you haven't seen a video from me. Today we're going to talk to you about what Santa's brought for the Jeep this year. I know it's a little late, but I've been actively putting things in the Jeep and getting it ready for the spring. I think that's what I do most of the time during the winter time. I try to get out once in a while, do some smaller trips, mostly winter trips, but I also actively here working in the garage. I do have to apologize about the background noise. That is my diesel heater cranking away, heating up the garage. Came in this morning and it was down to 42. It is now a balmy 50 in the garage. It's been on for like an hour. Diesel heaters work great. They do work good as a garage heater. I have a 3-car garage. It does heat it well. But anyhow, I digress. I'd love to hear what Santa brought you all for Christmas and what mods you're doing for your Jeep or vehicles or Toyotas or whatever you're driving for the year. For me, it's been actually quite a few things. First of all, I put on a rooftop tent, which I did take out for a trip, and it was -5 on that trip. It was blustery cold, but it was nice. I'm going to do a walk around of that later, and we'll do an in-depth dive on that in a later review. Additionally, Santa brought to me lots of goodies for my UpTop Overland Rack, which we're going to go over on what I've put on, how I've modified the UpTop Overland Rack. It's actually turned out to be a pretty solid rack. I like it so far. Brought me some camping things like a light, a really cool Ignite electric blanket, which one of my buddies turned me on to, and that kept me warm on that -degree night. A nice portable diesel heater that actually has a case. We're going to do a review on that coming up. And a Go light for the top of the Jeep. So I have a light that, as you know, I love lights. And this Go light, it allows me to do like a 360 rotation. It's a spotlight that has a remote in the car. It's wireless, so as I go out and explore at night, which I plan on doing this year, I will. Some of the other things that you're going to see coming up is, just different things I'm going to do to Jeep. I'm going to do a little series on my latest upgrades. But before we dig in too far, I'd love to share a joke. Why don't Jeeps get anything for Christmas? Because they get tired of it. Boom. Great joke, huh? Thought you guys would love it. So we're going to take a little deeper dive in the rooftop tent, look at some things I did to the rack on the Jeep. I'll do kind of a review of the Go light out in the driveway if it gets dark enough earlier enough, and then just do a walk around. I'm not going to open the rooftop tent, but I'll show you what it looks like on there, why I chose to go with what I did, and a deeper dive. And then we're going to do a deeper dive in each one over the next couple weeks. So we're going to go through that now. So what I absolutely love about my UpTop Overland Rooftop Rack is it's allowed me to have a lot of room to get things in. With the topper on there, it stays dust-free. I've added some lights to it. I'll show you that as well. And I've added a bunch of stuff. So first of all, one of the newest adds was I moved this down. I moved the traction boards down. Somebody asked me, do you ever use those? I actually used my traction boards twice this year. On my last trip out, I got a little overzealous and got the rear end stuck in some mud, and the front end was in the mud. I couldn't go anywhere. I used the traction boards, which are clean now, but they got used. Pulled myself out and was able to get myself out without any help, without having to spool a winch, which was nice. I just threw them under there, tires grabbed, and lowered down the air a little bit and pulled it out. Additionally, I added a shovel mount. Now, one of the things that I'm working on is cleaning up the bed. I need to be prepared to do different things for different loadouts. So, for example, I still have my Mission Overland trailer, which I'm still going to use. So when I do that, I need less stuff in the bed because some stuff goes on the trailer. And when I go solo, like I got to add water, I got to add all these other things, and I need a way to organize it. So the shovel and the axe, which I use when I go camping, especially if I go alone because I split wood and stuff like that to have fires, I needed to have access to. So I threw that on there and put it on the outside. And now I have more room in my bed. And there's been quite a few things that I'm moving around for the bed. So that's one addition that I did. I'm adding some lights. So I added lights underneath here, and you can see up in here that I added the light over here. You'll see up in there I've added a light. Those lights go on and they're connected to the bed. In the back of the Gladiators, there's lights that light up the bed. I wired them into there so I can turn it on from the dash, and they come on really cool when I open the doors. So you'll see here that when I open the doors, it lights up. And then I can always hit the key remote on my alarm, and it lights up at night, and they'll stay on. I just go in and hit the button, and they stay on. Absolutely love that. And I have a separate switch with some transistors where I can turn them on for the bed as well. I have the lights, I just haven't had time to do it. This is on my project mods. I'm going to mount them up above on the rooftop tent there, so I have light over the tailgate in case I want to cook it at night. And you'll see up there in the corners, I added 2 backup lights as well that come on when I hit the reverse light, so I can see in the back as well. So a little more lighting on the Jeep. That was a big one. While we're discussing lighting, we're going to kind of take a step up, and we're going to go over the Go light. I added a Go light. You can see it right there. We'll zoom in on it a little bit. So the Go light is a light that basically it's mounted in my rack. It rotates 360 degrees, comes down in the back, and allows me to have a spotlight. And you'll see here, I did extend my my rooftop tent forward because I wanted to be able to get to it from in the bed, and I didn't want it to go over the bed. So it comes over this rack a little bit. I like it like that. I don't like it sticking out over the bed, so I'm going to keep it there. It does kind of make some of my rooftop tent or my top rack here useless, but I don't mind that. And I like this because I can still take the top off and do all that. So I like it the best of both worlds, but now I have a spotlight that I can spin around the Go with my other lights. I think I have to stop doing lights now because my wife's starting to tease me about it. So no more lights for a while. And then you'll see over there I have my antenna for the cell extender. I have my GoPro mount on the top. That leads me to another thing that I've added is my GoPro mount. Sorry about that. I said GoPro mount. I meant Starlink mount. So how we do my Starlink mount was that ball. I also added another ball here, and I'm testing this out. So I'm not going to go too much in depth with it yet. But what it is, I added a ball here, which allows me to put an arm on it and put the antenna up here. Now I'm going to test it because my rack is actually over it. If that doesn't work, I'll move another one up over here and I'll put it up over my wife's head. And that'll allow me to have the antenna up above us while we're driving. Now I'm going to try it here and we'll see how it works. If that doesn't work, then I'll move it over. If that doesn't work, that's fine too. And you'll see here we have the dog mat in the back for when we have Cannoli and Vinny with us. We've also added an overhead rack to put stuff on. You'll see here I have a couple bags there. Secret be told, I like to suck on mints when I'm driving. It keeps me from getting groggy. So needed somewhere to put them. I did install the Wolf box, which I've been really happy with. That's worked out well on several trips. And, that's basically the interior. I haven't done a lot to the interior. I'm contemplating putting some seat covers on it. But we'll see whether I do that or not. That's a TBD, so to speak. So my next install is going to be my Overland vehicle system. It's going to go on the right side. On the left side left side of my bed, I have my pull-out refrigerator. on a slide, my ARB refrigerator. On the right side, I needed storage. What I found by going on my solo trip over the winter was that for storage, I just had stuff thrown all over the vehicle. I didn't have anywhere to put my plates. I didn't have anywhere to put a box for food. I didn't have anything. And I ended up cooking on my table. It was cold. So it made it a little bit difficult. So what I thought about doing is, okay, how do I do different loadouts? What I was thinking about it is just when you go out on any kind of scenario, I could have a loadout. Solo overlanding when I'm using the rooftop tent, I don't want it. I want more maneuverability and not have to worry about a trailer. Kind of like when I went on the rim rocker trail. It was great having a trailer, but that was a lot to lug around. Honestly, I loved having the trailer. It was comfortable. I had water, but it was a lot to lug around. Now with the rooftop tent, I could just take the Jeep as it is, hop in and go. It makes me more nimble. Wheel a lot easier, less to worry about. I only have my vehicle, especially when you're on a ledge. I only have to worry about one thing pulling it through, not two. So much easier to do. And then I will be able to maneuver that. So different loadouts for different scenarios. This I'm going to put on so I can take it easily take it in and out, as well as so when I have the trailer and I have less in the bed, I have the option to leave it in there, or I have the option to pull it out. I can also put different things in the drawer. If I'm going solo, the refrigerator, I can put a box on here for my food and do different things. Why I chose this one is price, pretty reasonable. The second thing is the different options it has. First of all, the top slides. So I can put a box on there and slide the top out. The other thing I really dug was this. Has a sliding board on the top, which I absolutely love. It has a little cutting board, so I can cut things on it. It's plastic, it's removable. It has bolts down here, and it has that. And then the last thing, of course, is the drawer. The drawer is plenty big to put stuff in. If I wanted to add another drawer underneath, I could, a shallow drawer, but it gives me the option. And then it has tie downs on the top, and it's strong. It's pretty sturdy. I could stand on it, which is no easy feat for that poor thing. So this is going to go in this week. Has locking, so I can lock it up. I mean, it's not like you can't put your hand in here, so I don't know why it has locking, but it does. But the price was reasonable, and there's a link in the description below where you could order it from. It is, like I said, Overland Vehicle Systems did not pay me to advertise this. I just found it really cool. It's so far, I'm extremely happy. It's very sturdy. The drawers come out really easy, so it's going to be really easy to mount and dismount. And then it has a lot of flexibility, so I like that a lot. So there'll be links to the different things I've talked about. We're going to dig in a little further to a couple other things that I received for Christmas. So I have, as many of you know, the Tactical Fire Pit, which I absolutely love. For quick fires or fires when you're in drier weather, you can use the Tactical Fire Pit and it hooks up the propane. But I love me a good wood fire, as you saw by the axe and the shovel. So but I don't like using fire pits out in the forest, because one time I had a fire and somebody threw some bullets and they were buried, and they went off, and I didn't like that. It scared the crap out of me. So I opted to get the pop-up fire pit. And what this is basically a big square, allows you to do fires. Again, we're going to do a write-up on that, and I'll show some videos of that here. You can see a link down below here where you can get that on Amazon. And there's a little short video down here in the corner where you can see what that looks like. And that's the pop-up fire pit by Fireside Outdoors. Pretty cool. I have a buddy of mine that uses that uses it. And it's great because you just go and set it up. You don't have to worry about the fire. Has air below it. One thing I saw somebody do that I'm going to try this year with this thing is really cool is they cook stuff below it, because it's got a real tight mesh screen where stuff doesn't fall down and it throws off heat. So they actually baked a pizza below it. I'm going to try that this year. Pizza on the trail. That sounds good. So going to try that as well this year to give it a try. So that is everything that I got for Christmas. Well, not everything. There's a few other things that we'll go over. What I plan on doing over the next couple weeks is doing a deep dive into each individual thing, kind of taking it out, showing you how it works. You'll see here up in the link up over here is a link to my Wolf Box video, which I did just recently. Was the first thing I installed after Christmas because I was going out on that run, and I put it to test, and so far so good. I love having a roof view mirror to see through. That's been just outstanding. We'll do one at night where I go out and explore, and we'll use the Go light and just kind of light up some trees and stuff. as well as I'll light a fire with the fire pit before winter's over, and then I'll probably do a full install when I do the Overland Vehicle Systems rack, when I give that a try. So we're going to try different things. I'll do an install. This is just more of a high-level overview, way to say I'm here and I'm still creating videos. Would love to hear what you all receive for Christmas, what your mods are, your winter mods are for your Jeeps, what you're doing. I know many of you are actively doing things. Give me in the comments below your top 3 mods you're doing this year, and why you're excited about them, and how you're going to use them, and why you did them. More importantly, share. Let's create an audience and community where we can share things and get ideas from one another, and I'm happy to answer any questions that I can. Thanks. Remember to like and subscribe. Love the content. Love to hear what your thoughts are, because just, want to keep bringing ideas. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.